Hello everybody and welcome to episode number 5 of Fast Expand. And once again I am joined by Chris. Say hello, Chris. My Starcraft sounds are extremely loud today.
Oh no, you need to turn them down. And hello! I am here, I am back.
Yeah, I'm just editing the sounds because they're coming through very, very loud and that's very off-putting. Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's better. So, how are you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing fine. It's been an incredibly stressful few days. There's been an awful lot happening.
Would you care to elaborate?
A lot of stuff. Obviously, there's WCS, which I'm helping with, which is stressful on its own. That alone could cause me to lose a bit of hair. And then there's obviously stuff that's happening with a lot of team changes going on within my local area, sort of. So that's been stressful. So just much stress, many stresses.
Many stresses.
All of the stress.
Yes. So I guess in good old Fast Expand kind of fashion, we should kick off the show with some news. So what would you like to discuss first? What has happened this week in StarCraft?
Well, firstly, we can start off with, as we were just talking about team changes, let's talk about the new changes for Team Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to cut a long story short, Protosser, who, as many of you will know, did extremely well in this recent DreamHack, has been signed by Mouse, and Morrow has left Mouse.
Yeah, kind of Mouse Morrow is a thing, isn't it? Like you don't associate Morrow with anything else but mouse sports, so that was probably a big move for them. And obviously picking up Protosser, which is, I think he's 18 years old, Finnish, I believe, Finnish Zerg, who has literally stomped his way through DreamHack and managed to get round of 16 finish, I think. And yeah, wow.
I think he actually got round of 8. No, we don't round of. Yeah, it was round of 16. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did an incredible job. He owns everything up, basically.
Yeah, definitely. And for some reason, you've moved a little bit. There we go.
Oh, no.
We've put you back in the camera slot now. So yeah, people got a little bit of your name there. So I hope you don't mind that being broadcast.
Chris Ivermee, Google me.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, some old blood leaves, some new blood joins. Where do you think Morrow's going to go?
I don't know. I'm still currently looking whether he left of his own accord or whether he was kicked. Looks like he left of his own accord, so I'm not sure where he's going to go. It's an interesting one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there's some other team changes going on a little bit more locally as well. WCS. 2 GG players have recently left for a new team called UCAP, I believe you said. Obviously, this is a little bit more your area, kind of local players. Would you like to kind of discuss this a little bit and tell the viewers what's going on, really?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much I can say, but basically is literally that. GG Famet and GG Demon are no longer GG Famet and GG Demon. They are now with Team UCAP, where they've been taken on. Apparently, they're offering a lot. I'm not sure how much I can say on that, so I'm not going to.
Monies.
They will be at They will still be at WCS. Apparently, their new manager's going to be there, where they're going to have some pretty in-depth discussions as to how that's going to go for them. But it's a new team, and apparently, it has quite a few sponsors. A couple I'm not so sure about personally, but we can all be optimistic for Famet and Demon. Hope that this works out really well for them. Not exactly, just sponsors that I wouldn't exactly count as decent sponsors. Like, I'm going to be completely honest here. The sponsors they no fluff at all. The sponsors they have aren't really the sponsors that I think could give them the funds to do what they're offering.
Right.
However, I've also heard that they do have an investor, so that could be how they're going to fund this. And I hope that they do fund it, because obviously that's going to be extremely good for Famet and Demon, and that could get another 2 UK players out into the European scene.
Well, I mean, even if someone that's completely unrelated to esports decides to fund an esports team, that's brilliant. In my opinion, that's better than you know, getting a sponsor that's in the business, you know, introducing new businesses. So, you know, I hope their team moves a great success for them, and I hope UCAP survives, because it's a very, very harsh environment at the moment.
Absolutely. So we'll have to see how that goes, but we can all hope it goes well.
Exactly. Well, we'll soon see at WCS, won't we? Like, what's going to happen if they're decked head to toe in some brand new gear with new mice and keyboards. Then should be interesting. Another big signing is Millennium, Team Millennium, most famous for obviously Stefano. They've just picked up 4GG, which is obviously a very, very large player in the Korean scene. A very, very good player. A bit of a weird signing, in my opinion. What can Millennium offer 4GG? That's what I'm trying to think of.
I'm not sure. Well, if Millennium has the ability to keep Stefano, then I think they can keep the 4GG.
Yeah, the worrying thing for me is this is sort of becoming a trend. Like, European teams have more money in general than Korean teams, just because of like the state of the industry over there. Generally, like, you know, EG have got more money, blah blah blah. They offer player salaries, etc., etc. Are we going to see Korean teams dying because their players want to make real money and they'll start moving to Euro teams? I mean, we've seen it with MC obviously moving over to SK. You know, 4GG. There's loads of, I can't even, there's none come to the top of my head. Like Hero, Tasia, all moving to foreign teams away from the Korean teams. Is this going to become a trend? Are we going to see Korean teams eventually not exist anymore? Or are we going to see them kind of merge into pure European partnerships? Like, what do you think the direction of this is going, Chris?
It is possible, because we did discuss this a couple of days ago with Quantic, didn't we? Where they signed a new player whose name escapes me at the moment. So not sure. We'll have to double check on that one.
What, December?
We discussed it. Yes, it was. No, I don't think it was. Well, obviously December has been signed, but there was another player who was signed to a European team whose name I've completely forgot, in GSL, and we discussed it, and it is very possible, because in Korea there aren't many tournaments other than the GSL, and a lot of players do make the living of just GSL, but eventually that might not be enough. There's obviously greener pastures.
Well, look at SK.
There's a huge move,
Yeah, look at MC. I mean, he's now playing in all the foreign tournaments, you know. He's appearing at Home Story Cup this weekend, I believe, as well. Just like, it's good to see, because the fans want, you know, the fans want MC, the fans want all these foreign, you know, all these Korean players to come and play in foreign events, but of course the Korean teams don't generally have the money. So it's great to see that European teams will get a Korean. I know it sounds like some sort of illegal black market trade here. Get a Korean and send him to foreign events, you know. It's good for the fans, but overall, is it going to be good for Starcraft? That's the question.
There is only one way to find out, and that is see it through. We will all find out very soon.
Yeah, and talking of Home Story Cup, this is his weekend. Again, last year's Home Story Cup was absolutely epic. My memories from Home Story Cup was watching Bling drink far too much. Unfortunately, he's not going to be there this year. But some other great memories are obviously the Koreans casting. That was amazing. Everyone drinking a lot. What other good memories was there? Just the amount of memes and GIFs that come from Home Story Cup last year was amazing. So really looking forward to this weekend. And of course, the biggest story today to come out about Home Story Cup is MVP going there. So yeah,
it's very exciting seeing MVP
awesome. There. Yeah, definitely.
Home Story Cup is definitely one of my favorite tournaments. DreamHack is my favorite because it's huge. Hopefully WCS this weekend will take over that. But Home Story Cup is always amazing because it's just got such a great feel to it.
Yeah.
Like, the best few things I've seen in StarCraft recently have been from Home Story Cup, which is obviously Bling getting incredibly drunk. Why did I wake up this morning naked in Rotterdam's bed? For example, was a quote from him. And the other one was the picture of Demarg
the
standing behind
background.
that little window. They had the caster just like with crazy style, just like this.
Yeah.
Unlimited brood lords.
Yeah. Personally, for me, Home Story Cup is the best type of StarCraft tournament ever. You see the real players' personalities. You get some amazing games. Everyone has fun, and it's in Take's house, you know, which is right above a pub. Come on, like, how could you get better StarCraft than that? Honestly.
Absolutely yeah, sorry, I just got spammed with messages and I got all confused there. Yeah, it being above a bar is amazing. I love where they just cut to the bar after some of the games just to see the reactions, and they're always amazing.
See the 100 German fans who are already drank more than their body weight just cheering because the camera's on them. It's like, it's amazing. What other news do we have? Okay, let's do the Western Wolves thing. Yeah, Western Wolves are reforming. They've got a brand new StarCraft 2 roster, which hasn't been announced yet, but they have released kind of teasers and stuff like that about who's coming. What do you make of Western Wolves reforming? Because obviously they've got a little bit of a bad rep at the moment, but hopefully they can overcome that. So, yeah, what do you make of all this?
I hope they can get back into it. And I've heard a lot of predictions on what the players are, because obviously they had a little video with the silhouettes of their new players.
Yeah.
There's a couple that I think I recognise, and there's someone in the Team Liquid chat who has the beadiest eyes I've ever seen, so I suppose I can mention this one because it's already in the chat. Someone noticed one of the screenshots is Fargo at I-45 holding his prize check. I-43, sorry. Holding his prize check. That is an amazing spot. Like, if you go on the Team Liquid thread, you will see this silhouette. That is a really good spot. So apparently Fargo is confirmed, or at least suspected, of being one of their new
suspected,
players.
Yeah.
Yes, that's people have way too good eyes.
Well, it's like when the Heart of the Swarm units come out, and people were doing all these crazy like image tricks to kind of like change the gamma and everything, and then somebody pretty much worked out the Swarm host to a T, just from a random.
As well. That was
that was fairly obvious, but yeah, basically, if you're gonna put teasers out, my God, do they have to be good nowadays?
I love the one for the Swarm host, where they released it, and the first thing everyone said was Lurker.
Yeah.
Lurker.
Well, it is a lurker, isn't it, really? So, yeah, people pretty...
It's a lurker with a bubble butt, and it's terrifying. Seeing it in action, it is terrifying.
Well, if you've got that, what is it, treptophobic? If you're treptophobic, you...
What's treptophobic? Inform our audience.
Basically, it's a phobia that makes you scratch and itch whenever you see uneven surface, like uneven holes on a surface, and apparently the Swarm host is actually setting it off quite badly, because if you look at their like back, you know, it's like that horrible kind of, they come out of the back and it makes people scratch apparently. But I actually, my girlfriend actually suffers from this. I wouldn't say suffers, but you know, and it set her off straight away.
Oh,
so yeah,
that's not good.
Interesting.
They may have redesigned that one.
Yeah, apparently people have been calling for a redesign for a week or so now, but it doesn't seem to be happening. But we'll see. I mean, it's not a big issue for most people. It just causes them to be a little bit itchy when they play Zerg. So there's a psychological warfare element of StarCraft 2 now.
Eventually they're going to make it so that every time you make a Terran unit, every time you make a battle Hellion, it shoots fire out your screen, give the Terran an advantage.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be psychological warfare. Yeah, great. That should be interesting.
Next, your computer's going to start spreading creep onto your desk.
Yeah, or you know, you can hit a button and it starts playing Justin Bieber.
Well, that should happen every time there's a DT on the field. It can be completely invisible.
That'd be
like
amazing.
Not even a shimmer. But if your screen scrolls over it, you hear very faint Justin Bieber.
Amazing.
And obviously, the closer it gets to the center of your screen, the louder it is. That would be pretty funny. Or the Jaws music. That'd be even better.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. But I don't see StarCraft taking that direction, thankfully. Okay, 2 more bits of news. Liquid Rising, the documentary. Did you get a chance to watch it?
I did not, but I've read a lot of the reviews on Team Liquid. Not overly keen on it. A lot of people. It got fairly good reviews overall. Like, it wasn't a bad documentary by any bleh. It wasn't a bad documentary by any stretch of the word, but it wasn't that bad though.
I did manage to watch it. I watched it on the day of release, and I paid $10 or something to have the pleasure of watching that, so I can get a couple of free posters as well, which is always nice. Little bit disappointed, to be honest. Like, the title suggests, Liquid Rising suggests it's going to go into basically everything that started Liquid, from day one to where they are now. And basically what it was like 8 interviews back to back of the different players, and that was about it. It didn't explain like Nazgul, the team manager. It didn't explain his like route through Brood War or anything like that. It showed when a few players joined. It shows a few players leaving. Good production quality, amazing production quality. The interviews were absolutely fantastic, but I was just looking for that little bit more, something a little bit more personal. But there was some great quotes out of it, especially out of oh god, who's their Korean player at the moment?
Not Hero.
Hero, yeah, that's the one.
Oh, it is Hero.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was some great quotes out of Hero, saying that he really liked Chef's big wobbly belly and stuff like that. So so it was overall watchable, definitely, but I was hoping for a little bit more.
But I will say, personally, I think as much as they did an incredible job, I think the producer of that thing, they should have hired the guy who does the players in a nutshell videos, because his one for White Ra, that was really well put together, really inspirational. They should have got him in. He did a really good job of it. I think he could have done that very much justice, and who knows, maybe he'll do a Liquid in a nutshell video.
That'd be great. We do have obviously the EG documentary coming out some point next year as well. That should be very, very interesting to watch. Hopefully with a little bit more story. You can't imagine EG not having stories, basically. EG's the team full of stories, basically. So, looking forward to that one. And should we wrap up this week's news with the GSL and what's going on down in Korea?
Yep, I think we should. The GSL groups have been announced. So, good. Still a bit scary. Yeah.
Well, basically, Group A got played yesterday. It depends on which time zone you're in. But yeah, Group A got played, and the results are coming. So if you don't want to hear GSL results, please mute the stream now. Seed takes first place. Tasia takes second place, obviously Liquid's new signing. And Violet and MVP take third and fourth, respectively. Violet,
shock.
Yeah, Violet knocked out MVP 2-0. MVP got last in the group because of Violet.
He only got one win. He won one map overall.
Yeah, he won one map. Seed 4-1, Tasia 4-4, Violet 4-4 as well, but obviously he lost 2, only won 1. And then MVP losing 0-2, only taking one map. So, little bit of a shocker there. Would expect MVP Tasia, maybe top 2? Would be my guess. Obviously,
yeah, I would have gone for that. Violet is performing very well though, but I have to say those two at the top are a bit of a surprise. I would have suspected Violet MVP.
Maybe. I mean, Tasia's pretty solid, but yeah, we could argue this all day. But Seed is obviously a very, very good player. So yeah, well done to him. He's going to progress to the round of 8. Next group, Group B, is to be played again, depending on your time zone, either today or tomorrow.
June 28th, 2012, 18:10 Korean Standard Time.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to have Squirtle, Symbol, Marine King, and MC.
Best group. Simply best group.
I would not like to be in that group as anyone.
Doesn't matter who you are, that is the group you do not want to be in and or near.
No. Predictions? If you can predict.
It's hard. I would have to say Squirtle, and then either Symbol or Marine King. If I had to pick, I'd say
or MC.
Symbol at the moment. No, I think MC would lose. I've got to be honest. In this group, we will find out.
Yeah, definitely. Group C, going to be played on July 4th, 2012, 1810 Korean Standard Time. Group C is Genius, Naniwa, Keen, and Bayun. 4 very solid players, but I can see Genius and Naniwa taking top 2 there. But Keen...
Yeah, I can see that. I think this is Naniwa got a really good group because he is surviving so well in the GSL. He's the only foreigner to, I think, make it through 2 or 3. Actually, I think White did it a while ago.
Jinro. White Ra hasn't played in GSL. If that's what you're
okay. I know he went into a GOM TV tournament, but I can't remember which one it was.
No, it's Jinro that is currently ranked the best foreigner because of his GSL finishes. But of course, that will be changed very, very soon. If Naniwa wakes it up. Yeah,
Naniwa. Damn it, too many R's. Too many R's, Protosses. But yeah, I think this is a really good group for Naniwa. I definitely think he can get out of this fairly well and move on to the next round.
Well, I hope so. I mean, a lot of people, it's kind of like, do you like Naniwa, don't you? It's a little bit, you know, it's a bit of a love-hate kind of thing going on there. But at the end of the day, he's the only non-Korean left in the round of 16, and he did make it to the round of 8 last GSL as well. So, yeah, best of luck to him. I can see him topping this group quite easily.
Well, Naniwa's worst matchup is his Protoss versus Zerg. And the advantage of that is he's got no Zergs in this group. And there's so few Zergs in the GSL.
Yeah.
That's probably why he's doing so well at the moment, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. But, you know, if he's going to be a GSL champion, he needs to be excellent at all 3 matchups. So, you know, hopefully his luck runs good and he runs into some, you know, PVTs, PVPs, whatever he prefers. And hopefully we can see our first foreign GSL champion for ever, I think.
Yep, we will find out. We will find out very soon.
Definitely. And Group D then, played the day after, July 5th, 2012, 1810 Korean Standard Time yet again. Group D looking pretty stacked as well. We have Dongregu, we have Ryung, we have Supernova, and Nest-T. That's a pretty tough group as well.
Yeah. Only prediction I have in that is Dongregu. That's it. That's the only one I've got.
Yeah, but Ryung and Supernova are playing so well recently as well, and Dongregu isn't, to be perfectly honest. It's a very hard thing to say, but I'm going to keep the faith, and I love Nest-T, so I'm going to say Nest-T.
I don't think Nest-T can get out of this group.
The problem is, if you get out of this group, you're then going on to face either like Naniwa, Symbol, Squirtle, Genius, Tasia. You know,
well, Naniwa has proven that he can beat Nest-T, but it's usually on foreign ground.
Yeah, so exactly. I mean, but Nest-T is just a GSL monster.
He is. He does way better in GSL than anything else, basically.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, he is the creator of the universe, so... Never mind. Yeah, the whole Artosis thing, you know. Artosis loves Nest-T. If anyone didn't get that joke, then yeah, I apologise.
Watch the MLG Providence in a nutshell. It's on there.
Yeah, it's just basically Artosis screaming Nest-T.
A lot.
Yeah. Anyway, that wraps up this week in StarCraft. Would you like to say what we've got in about 5 or 10... Well, let's say 5 minutes for ads and music. So, would you like to announce what's going on in the next kind of hour of the show?
Coming up after the ads and music, we have a best of 7 for you, including one of the UK's top players who will be at the WCS, and another player from Lithuania who is currently living and playing in the UK, who just came off a performance in the WCS Combined European, but he didn't do that well. But that's a tough tournament to go into and to qualify for to begin with. So you will be seeing Infused Fargo, or if our predictions are right with our little thing, Western Wolves Fargo versus Simba, who I believe is Team Mango at the moment. I will have to double check that.
Yeah, so we're going to see two very good players go head to head. Obviously, we might see the first match of the brand new Western Wolves team if Team Liquid has their eyes correct. So yeah, that should be very interesting. Anyway, guys, yeah, stay tuned. In about 5-10 minutes, we're gonna, well, let's say 5 minutes, we're gonna have a best of 7 between Simba and Fargo. Going to be absolutely amazing, guys. In this time, please see on screen now. You do have the both of our Twitters working and functioning correctly. So please tweet us at SC_ButterMeUp, at EvilGuy13Gaming. You can also tweet at FastExpand as well. Make sure you click that follow button in the top left-hand corner. Stay tuned, and it should be great. Thanks, guys.